The Tigers have come to Cleveland and flexed their muscles, scoring 16 runs to take the first two games in the series. Now, it's time for the Tribe to fight back, and they still have 2 games left in this Central Division showdown. The Indians need a strong start for starters, and Corey Kluber takes the ball next on Sports Time Ohio. In baseball, no game is more important than the one you're about to play today. And for the Cleveland Indians, the suddenly slumping Tribe, this is a big one. They need a win against the Tigers after dropping the first 2 in this 4-game series. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. The Tribe has lost 7 in a row against Detroit now. And hey, to catch the Tigers, you've got to beat the Tigers. But so far, they haven't had much luck. They've been outscored 16-4 in the first 2 games of this series. And they need a good start from Corey Kluber here today.
Well, Corey Kluber, after Indians' losses this year, has made 6 starts. His record is 4-1 and a .238 earned run average. So they have the right guy on the mound. He stopped 4 streaks for the Indians, but this year against the Tigers, he's 0-2, and in his career, he's 1-3, and he has a high ERA. But he's got to have to be on top of his game to do that. He will be matched up against Doug Fister, who in his career is 5-3 against the Indians. He has not pitched against him this year, but a sinker ball pitcher. He controls the running game very well. He doesn't give up many home runs, and he doesn't walk anybody. So you're going to have to make him get the ball up and hit the baseball around the ballpark if you want to win, and you're going to have to score against Fister and the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, they need a good start from Kluber, but the offense has to do their share as well. In their current 4-game slide, the Indians have 4 extra base hits. Stick around, the Indians and the Tigers. It's Game 3 of their 4-game series as the Indians try to get back in the fight against the Motor City Kitties, who have dropped the hammer on the Tribe in the first 2 of this series. The play-by-play is coming up next. And we welcome you into Progressive Field on this Sunday afternoon for Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Indians and the Tigers. Detroit has won 5 in a row. Indians have dropped 4 straight. They turn to Corey Kluber to try to turn things around today, and we'll take a look at Jim Leyland's starting lineup, featuring Austin Jackson at the top of the order, followed by Torrey Hunter, who was 3 for 5 with a double, a triple, and a homer yesterday. All-star third baseman Miguel Cabrera bats third, Prince Fielder in the cleanup spot, then Victor Martinez fifth. Johnny Peralta will bat sixth. Andy Dirks, Alex Avila, and Ramon Santiago round it out.
Corey Kluber making his 14th start this year. His record is 6-5 and a .433. He has made 6 starts after an Indians loss this year. He is 4-1. His ERA is .238. So he's pitched very well. This will be his 3rd start against the Tigers. He's 0-2, but he's had one bad one, which was the first start. His last one here was a good start. They just didn't score for him. 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, and 3 runs. They need a good start from him this afternoon. It would certainly help.
Austin Jackson will stand in to start for the Tigers. He's gone 2 for 8 in the series with a double. And he swings at the first pitch, lines it towards center, and Michael Bourne comes in, slides, and makes the catch for out number 1. Nice play by Bourne to come in and rob Jackson of a hit to start the game.
Yeah, that ball was sinking on him, and that ball started to get down, but Michael able to get the glove underneath it, hold it up, and show him. You see how that ball really had some sink to it. Going down right at the last moment. He's coming in. You're going to see it, and he picks it up right there. Look at it. Stayed in the webbing of the glove. Nice play.
Now Torrey Hunter fouls one straight back.
Well, you notice they're getting aggressive. They know Kluber likes to throw strikes and pitch from in front. So those first 2 hitters are telling me they're looking for that first pitch fastball.
Torrey Hunter elected to the All-Star game for the 5th time in his career. Hunter was tabbed through the player balloting. Tigers with 6 All-Stars, including, or not including, Jim Leyland, who will manage the AL squad this year. Fouled back. Indians, of course, if you missed it yesterday, will have 2 representatives at the All-Star game. Jason Kipnis, the Tribe's starting second baseman. And, of course, Justin Masterson, both going to the All-Star game for the first time in their careers. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled right off the mask of Santana. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Very deserving honor for both Kipnis and Masterson. Caught him square in the mask.
It sure did.
Now the 1-2. Santana got a piece of that but couldn't hang on. 1-2. He got a piece of it, or it got a piece of him?
Yeah, I think it got a piece of him. That's how it usually goes with Santana back there.
Torrey Hunter having a fantastic year, though, batting in the 2-hole right in front of Miguel Cabrera. Took that fastball that was running in. 97 miles an hour came in off the plate.
Well, make him conscious of it. He had 3 hits yesterday, triple, double, home run. He was only a single shy of the cycle. And he did hit a couple balls on the inside part of the plate, but he's in off the plate.
Shatters the bat. Barrel went whizzing past the mound.
In there, that away.
And Cabrera throws out Hunter, 2 down.
Check out the Kia Indians defense behind Kluber this afternoon. It's going to be Brantley in left, Bourne in center, Stubbs is in right. Reynolds is back at third, Cabrera at short, Kipnis at second, Swisher at first with Santana behind the plate.
Sam Holbrook will call the balls and strikes this afternoon. Andy Fletcher is at first, Rob Drake at second, the crew chief Joe West down at third. Now Miguel Cabrera. Elected to the All-Star game for the 8th time in his career, and he has just teed off his second home run in the series, 1-0 Detroit.
Third straight hitter jumped on the first pitch fastball, and he tried to pitch him in, and he was looking in, and he spins on it. And he will give the Tigers a 1-0 lead.
His 28th home run of the year, his league-leading 89th RBI.
Watch this. He didn't get it in. It was inside on the plate. But I'll tell you what, that's the kind of hitter that this guy is. There's none better. He's looking for that pitch. He took it. He knows fastball. That's going to be their MO. Look, first pitch fastball and get after it. The first three hitters did.
Now the Tigers have been striking early and often in this series so far. Fielder swing and a miss. Another look from our Phantom Cam.
Look at him pull the hands in. And that is no doubt picture perfect swing.
Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fielder, third in the league in runs batted in with 66. Just 1 hit so far in the series, but it came yesterday as part of a back-to-back homer effort. He followed Cabrera's smash with one of his own. He bounces this one to second, and Jason Kipnis will throw him out. Tigers score first again. They lead it 1-0. The Indians are coming to bat. Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. Michael Bourne is Drupal Cabrera, Jason Kipnis at the top, Swisher, Brantley, Santana in the middle, Reynolds, Chisenhall, Stubbs rounded out.
It's the first time that Pfister's pitched against the Indians this year. So they had Sanchez yesterday, his first start. Today it's Pfister.
Michael Bourne looking at a first pitch strike from Doug Pfister. Throws a lot of strikes. He's only walked 17 batters in his 17 starts. So you got to earn your way on against him. And that's usually the way it is with Corey Kluber as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a control pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher. He keeps the ball in the ballpark, and he controls the running game. So you're going to have to string hits together to beat him.
Bourne thrown out by Cabrera, 1 away.
Let's look at the Tigers' defense behind Pfister this afternoon. It'll be Dirks in left, Jackson in center, Hunter is in right. Miguel Cabrera at third, Peralta at short, Santiago at second, Martinez is at first. Hey, he gets a start at first. You wondered where he's been. There it is, a Sunday day start. Prince Fielder's DHing, Avila behind the plate. Doug Fister on the year in his 17 starts, 6-5, a 3.80 ERA, not bad. 115 hits in his 109 innings. Look at the 17 walks. Only 3 times this year out of those 17 starts has he walked 2 guys. Other than that, it's 1 or none.
As Dribble Cabrera, 0 for 6 in the series. Takes ball 1 inside. One on one to count. Cabrera 0 for his last 11 at the plate. Had a piece of that ball as it was bearing in on him. Jason Kipnis waits on deck here in the first inning. Upstairs with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chased 1 on the dirt. 2 down in the first. As Fister gets his first strikeout, number 85 on the year. Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio Buick dealers. Oh, what a little offense will do for a pitcher. The ERA is not all that different, but you see 12-30 with the Mariners, 24-16 with the Tigers.
He was a victim of no run support out in Seattle. And with the Tigers, it is much different.
Jason Kipnis takes a strike. Had his career-high 16-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, as well as his 36-game streak of reaching base safely. Not surprising that Kipnis has had success against Fister with his just basic offensive approach of trying to stay back, stay through the ball. That's usually a pretty good formula against a sinker.
You have to use the whole field off Fister. If you try and pull, you're going to roll over on a lot of ground balls because he has the curveball. And he's not afraid to pitch inside to any hitter. He leads the world in hitting batters. He's hit 13 guys this year. And he doesn't walk you. So he comes at you, and you should get something to hit if you make him get it up.
He almost hit his 14th batter right there.
He sure did.
Went back inside. He missed. Ball 4. The Indians have their first base runner. Let's have a look right now at our keys to the game today. First 3 innings, try to win early because the Tigers have tattooed the Indians on the season. I'll make that 30-11. They've outscored them in the first 3 innings in their head-to-head matchups this year. And, of course, looking for a quality start from Corey Kluber.
Well, the Indians have been better in the first inning. Was it now 6-3 that they put one on the board? But they have dominated that second and third inning. And they're just a team that it's like a 6-inning ball game. They have outscored their opponents by 145 runs in the first 6 innings. So when they do that, they turn it over to their starting pitchers. Their starting pitchers just keep on, giving them innings. They have 41 wins from their starters this year in 86 games. That's pretty good. They have the most quality starts.
Makes it a lot easier for Jim Leyland. Well, your starters are going to log innings.
Yeah, and if you give them a lead early.
I mean, Terry Francona, Mickey Callaway, and, of course, Chris Antonetti, they have had to manipulate their roster almost from day one this year to accommodate, the ups and downs with the starting rotation.
Yeah, they have you look at the Indians starting staff, they have 11 less wins than the Tigers. They have 30 wins out of their starters.
In fact, after yesterday's game, the Indians sent Carlos Carrasco back to AAA. They called up Preston Guillemette, former 9th-round pick. Guillette's 25 years old. He's 2-4 with 16 saves, 2.32 ERA for the Clippers. 9th-round pick back in 2009. The 2-2. And the whole reason that they have continued to do that is that they need fresh arms in the bullpen because the starters have not been able to consistently give them innings.
Especially when you don't have a true long man, out of your 8 relievers.
Swisher with Kipnis, who will be taken off at first base. On the payoff pitch, it's ball 4. He's walked 2 in a row.
How about that? That's only the 4th time this year he has walked 2 guys in a game, and it's coming in the first inning. So they may be onto something here.
Well, he's given them a chance here in the first. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Michael Brantley 0 for his last 7, all in this series. He's hit .356 this year with runners in scoring position. And Pfister gets ahead with strike 1. Missed inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Something that has been a big part of the Indians' offense all season long has been missing in the first 2 games of this series, and that's the 2-out offense. They're hitting just .182. That's 4 for 22 with 2 outs in the series, and 1 for 7 when they've had a runner in scoring position. But so many times they have come up with the big 2-out hits. Brantley looked like he flinched, took it. It's a strike 1 and 2. .23 pitches already here in the first inning for Pfister after back-to-back walks to Kipnis and Swisher. Brantley got a piece of that off-speed pitch, and the count stays 1 and 2. Long look in. And Brantley finally steps away. Jason Kipnis is at second base. Nick Swisher at first. The 1-2 to Brantley in the dirt, and another good stop by Avila, who was in the dirt all day yesterday, especially late in the game.
Well, I will say this. Pfister's thrown a lot of pitches in the first inning. He's just about 1-1, ball to strike, and Avila is making sure he's got to keep that ball in front of him.
Well, Michael Brantley has the count back to even at 2 and 2. With 2 aboard and 2 out in the first, Tribe down 1-0. And that's foul out of play to the left.
He had 8 pitches on the first 2 hitters, and now it's 16. 18 on the last 3.
Now the set, the 2-2 pitch. Brantley in the air, deep left, back goes Dirk, still going back. It's over his head. Scoring is Kipnis with the tying run. Swisher coming home with the go-ahead run, and he is safe at the plate. Michael Brantley delivers with a clutch 2-out, 2-run double, and the Indians take a 2-1 lead. Oh, there's just what the doctor ordered.
2-out base hit right there from Brantley. That's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. He goes down and in and digs that ball out and drills it deep to left field. Gets it over the head of Dirks. He didn't expect it to go that far. It hits on the track. With 2 outs, Swisher able to score from first. So back come the Indians and answer. Take a 2-1 lead.
And now Carlos Santana with a runner in scoring position as Brantley takes his lead at second. And Santana looks at a strike. Carlos 2 for 8 in the series. He drives one up the alley in right center field, way back and gone! Carlos Santana, home run number 11. RBIs number 39 and 40. It's a 4-run first for the Indians.
Looked like a slider or a breaking ball here from Pfister that Santana gets all over. And that was a line drive. That's one of the best swings he's put on a baseball in a while. There it was out over the plate. Gave him a little swinging room, a little slide piece, and he drilled it. Right center field. Number 11 for Santana, and it's a crooked number for the Indians. It's a 4-run first.
And now here's Mark Reynolds.
That's only the 6th home run given up by Pfister.
Well, I tell you what, that ball was absolutely scorched. It wasn't one of those majestic, towering home runs. It's one of those, deals where you put a good swing on it, and the net result is a home run. You just hit it so hard. Well, like so many starting pitchers, the first inning can be their Achilles heel if you can get to them. And it didn't look like that was going to be the case when Pfister retired the first 2 on 8 pitches. But then back-to-back walks to Kipnis and Swisher, uncharacteristic for Pfister, who didn't walk many coming in. And then Brantley made him pay with a 2-run double. Santana follows with a 2-run homer. And just like that, the Indians lead it 4-1. Fastball just a little bit outside. And now a full count. .15 in his 18 starts given up in the first. And the payoff pitch grounded towards third. Cabrera throws, and the Indians are out in the first. But not before they shake loose with the big bats. Brantley a 2-run double, Santana a 2-run homer, 4-1 Cleveland. McDonald's now introducing 3 exciting new Quarter Pounders. And by Kia. "4-1 Indians on top." Kelly McLean and her husband Matt at the ball game from Fox Sports Ohio and Sports Time Ohio, our family. Now it's a second inning, and Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, Andy Dirks due up for Detroit. Victor has had a good series, going 4 for 7, pushing his batting average up to 242. And I was thinking back to even when Victor was in his heydays and he was healthy, he was a slow starter who would start to heat up as the summer wears on.
Well, here's a guy that missed all last year because of the knee surgery, and you figured it was going to take him a while to get going. We know the kind of hitter he is. What he's doing now, he's very quiet inside the batter's box. It seems like he's hitting the ball where it's pitched, not trying to pull it. And he's a good hitter. He's a line drive hitter. And, you know, home runs come off his bat from good quality at bats. So you don't worry about the home run ball over there. Victor's an RBI machine when he gets rolling.
Tried to find the outside corner with that slider and just missed. 2-2.
That's a good pitch by Kluber. Check it out on our Nissan pitch tracker. It's a breaking ball out over the plate. They've thrown him 3 pitches or 4 pitches in the last 2 days like that, and he spit on every one of them.
Right back to Kluber. And Corey will flip it over to Swisher for out number 1. Take a look at our injury report today, brought to you by Elk and Elk Serious Lawyers. For serious injuries, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Stephen Drew goes down with a right hamstring problem for Boston, and Ryan Howard down for the Phillies with a left knee injury. And boy, Boston was stunned last night by the Angels. Boston coughing up a big lead in the 9th inning.
Yeah, 4-run lead. They tied it and then ended up winning it the next inning.
They still lead New York by 5 games in the East. The Yankees have won 6 in a row heading into play today. Johnny Peralta, an all-star for the second time in his career. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. A little bit outside, 1-2. He's had very good success against the Indians right-hander.
Well, a couple of guys have. Cabrera, also Jackson.
Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball, and you could see Peralta was fooled badly by it. First strikeout for Kluber, 2 down in the second.
Was a very good breaking ball. You see, he started to bend. He flinched, man. That top part, the shoulders, wanted no part of it. He thought that ball was coming inside. That's the slider of Kluber. It's strikeout number 1.
Missed inside. Ball 1 to Andy Dirks, who has gone 4 for 9 in the series. This guy has just made life miserable for Indians pitchers so far this year. And he's got another base hit. 17 hits and 45 at-bats against Indians pitching this year.
Well, swing for the fences with the new Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. It's available on iPhone and iPad. You can download free today.
Andy Dirks is hitting .378 against the Indians this year. And he keeps the inning alive with 2 down here in the second inning for Alex Avila. A little bit low for ball 1. Missed inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Kluber's 2-0 pitch is outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
Now, this is where you're careful. Last start he had against Kansas City is when he gave up the 3-0 grand slam to Gordon. You just can't throw it in there. You can throw a fastball, make it a quality fastball, or locate it better. He had a 4-0 lead in that last start.
He walked him on 4 straight. It's confounding to me how many times in this last couple of weeks we've seen Indians starting pitchers, relievers, it doesn't matter, struggle with the bottom guys in the lineup. And I know they're major league hitters, but you got guys down there hitting below the Mendoza line in a lot of instances, and, and they're either getting walks or they're getting meatballs.
Yeah, you got to go at them. You have to be aggressive. That's not the kind of lineup you want to flip it back over to the top. And, you know, the 2-out walks sometimes are just as bad as the leadoff walks.
Here's Ramon Santiago with 2 on and 2 out. Hitting a .164, and of course Santiago came up with the 2-out 2-run hit in the series opener that got the Tigers rolling. Ball 1 outside.
The 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Tigers in this series have scored 4 runs and have a ribby in the first 2 games.
Swing and a miss.
Helped him out there.
Yeah, Santiago batting ninth had the 2-run, 2-out single in the second inning
Masterson
in game 1.
Yep.
And then he also had the sacrifice bunt that kind of led to the undoing of Carrasco yesterday in the 4th inning. Remember, that was the bunt play where he turned and tried to throw him out at third and threw it down the left field line. And the next thing you know, the Tigers took command of the game. Before you knew it hit you, it was 7-1. 1 ball, 2 strike to count. Got him looking. Kluber comes back to strike out Santiago. His second strikeout of the inning as Detroit strands a pair. 4-1 Indians. Bottom of the second inning. Chisenhall, Stubbs, and Bourne due up for the Indians here. Ball one down low from Doug Fister. Lonnie Chisenhall's had a good series, 3 for 7 with a couple of doubles. Swung on and missed to even the count. Now he jumps ahead of ball and 2 strikes. A little bit inside, evens it up 2-2. Since getting called up from AAA, Chisenhall is batting .275. 14 hits and 51 at-bats. There's a high fly ball deep down the right field line. Will it stay fair? She is gone! Lonnie Chisenhall with a home run here in the second inning, his 5th of the year. And it's a 5-1 Indians lead. Just inside the pole, deep down the right field line.
I think that hit the pole, didn't it? That may have deflected off the pole. I mean, it was awfully close, and I saw it kick over to the right in foul territory.
Let's take another look.
It's a big curveball.
I took my eye off it at the end and went to the umpire.
Watch and see if it deflects off the pole. I thought it did on the right side of it. I can't see the ball now.
Yeah, it looks like it did deflect, Rick.
It kicked to the right. I know that over in foul territory, so I thought it hit the pole.
Now Drew Stubbs takes a strike. That gives the Indians 12 players with 5 or more home runs. Take another look at this.
Let's see. It's gone its way down.
Clank. Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah, on the big part of it. On the foul side, let's say. But that's fair. Well, that was right down the line. A solo shot. It's a 5-1 lead. He went in there with a good breaking ball to pitch before he didn't get it called. He came back with that slower hook, and Chisenhall got him.
So this Indians offense now has, what did we count, 9? 9 players with 30 runs?
Yes, 9 with 30 runs scored, correct.
And now 12 with 5 or more home runs. Both of those the most
in baseball.
Little jam shot. Slowly hit the short. Peralta's got to hurry. He flips it over, and it's not in time. Stubbs beats it out. And I think in his haste, he pulled Martinez off the bag anyway.
Well, you look at Drew Stubbs and Michael Bourne, between the two of them, if you don't get to that ball and get rid of it in a hurry, I'll tell you what, they're going to beat it out. And from the right side of the plate, I don't see anybody any quicker down the line than Drew Stubbs. Look at Peralta, did everything he could. Stubbs would have beat it out, and he brought Victor off the bag anyway. He jammed him, heads down, and it's a full-out sprint. Good hustle, gets himself a base hit. He was down that line in 4 seconds flat. And the reason why it wasn't any quicker because he got jammed on that pitch.
Michael Bourne grounded to third his first time up. They'll try to keep Stubbs close. He has 9 steals on the year. Fister's pretty quick to home plate.
He's probably one of the quickest. That's why you can't steal bases off him. I mean, and he's quick to first base.
Well, he's a big guy, and he doesn't take much of a leg kick to deliver the ball.
And he's allowed only 10 stolen bases in his 114 outings at the major league level.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. 13 runners have been caught attempting to steal. So more guys have been caught than have stolen a base.
Just caught the corner. Bourne doesn't like it. He's down on the count 1-2.
So now you got a 5-1 lead. You don't really have to run per se and try and stay aggressive. Don't give up any outs on the bases.
Stubbs takes off. Bourne strikes out. And the throw might have got him. No. Stubbs is safe. It was gold. Very close. And Stubbs with his 10th steal of the year.
Well, you get the strikeout, but Stubbs gets a stolen base. And it was a good throw. It was a good pitch to throw on. That's close, but you see Stubbs gets his foot in there, and the tag by Peralta comes up. Umpire standing right there. He sees him tag him on the thigh. So stolen base. But out number 1 in the inning.
And now it's Drupal Cabrera who struck out his first time up. Fouled at the dish. Cabrera trying to snap an 0 for 12. And a ground ball right at the second baseman, Santiago. 2 down. Stubbs goes to third. Before Jason Kipnis gets to home plate, let's take a look at the AT&T trivia question. Since 2000, 3 Indians players have had 3 or more Grand Slams in a season. We'll have the answer coming up in a little while. Over 50 pitches already for Doug Fister. Man, what a job the Indians hitters have done here in the first 2 frames to make him really have to work hard. This is almost exactly the opposite of what we've seen in the first 2 games of the series.
This is what the Indians needed to do, was get out and they had a big first inning. Even though they gave up 1 early, it didn't matter. They come right back, they add on, and just keep right on going.
A little bit outside.
They really made Fister work because he's out there. I don't want to say he's nibbling, but he's missing with a lot of his pitches, and they're not chasing after anything. Even when he gets the 2 strikes, they're going deep in the count. They're fouling off some pitches, and they're really making him work hard.
Kipnis drives one deep center field. Back goes Jackson, and he will make the catch to end the inning. Now the Indians have brought the lumber with them here today. A 2-run double from Brantley. A 2-run homer from Santana. A solo smash by Chisenhall. third. The difference in the score for, and let's go down to Katie Witham, who's got a little golf news here today at the ball yard.
Hey, Matt. Yes, I am hanging out with Stacy Lewis, one of the top women's golfers in the world. She was the 2012 LPGA Player of the Year. Stacy, how's this year going for you?
It's been really good. I got off to a hot start, had 2 wins, and we're right in the middle of our season, so I'm just excited. Actually got a week off to enjoy some baseball, so it's been nice.
Well, I know you said that you're a big baseball fan. What brought you out here to the ballpark today?
I was in the area for a family wedding and saw there was a game, and what's better than Sunday afternoon baseball?
That's right, especially when they're playing the way they are playing. Now, I know you are going to be playing in Toledo here soon. When can some of the fans catch you on the course?
Yeah, we're in Waterloo, Canada next week, and then Toledo, Ohio for the Marathon Classic the following week. So we need to get some fans out there, and I hope people in this area will come over and support us.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time and good luck.
Right,
Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you very much.
Matt, back up to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Katie. Good luck to Stacy and the LPGA. That's, 2 weeks then they'll be in Toledo. Yeah. One-hop smash to Asdrubal Cabrera. And that's out number 1 here in the third for Corey Kluber. It's going to bring up Torrey Hunter. Corey Kluber armed with a 5-1 lead. Torrey Hunter grounded to short his first time up in that at bat. Kluber really was trying to bury him inside and eventually broke his bat as he grounded out to short. Tried to bunt his way aboard there. Lonnie Chisenhall back at third, not expecting a bunt from Hunter.
Well, Hunter just trying to get something going, get on base. Down 4 runs, even though it is early. Kluber, his last 2 starts coming on the road, but he's won his last 2 starts in this ballpark. It took him 10 starts, 13 appearances to get his first win here in Progressive Field. You remember it was that gem that he threw against the Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
Then he beat the Twins following that start right here. So.
And Hunter is out admiring. Third strikeout for Kluber, 2 down in the inning. All right, Miguel Cabrera's coming up. Yesterday, he got a hanging breaking ball.
Right down the middle.
Today, fastball in.
Yep, fastball inner part.
But when he's looking for it in there, you can't throw it by him in there.
He hits it everywhere. He hits it in, he hits it away. He's amazing. On first pitches now that he has put in play, he's hitting .483. He's homered 9 times, and he's got 25 RBIs.
Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. That tells me if he's first ball swinging, he's looking for a specific pitch, and if he gets it in the location he's looking for, he's going to hurt you.
We see him enough to know. He'll go out there and he'll swing at a pitch or he'll bait you, he'll set you up. But with Kluber, the way he was pitching today, he looked for that first fastball in, and he spun on it. He's that good of a hitter.
And there's a strike. 1-2 the count. Look at the ball.
Yeah.
It is.
Looks like a wiffle ball.
I mean, it's smashed. That's at least a quarter of the baseball that's disappeared on the bat.
And the barrel head of that bat, you're right. Look at that.
That's why you don't want to use a baseball after it's been hit for a home run. Throw that one out.
No, keep it in play. It'd be a little lopsided. It may do some funny things to the next hitter.
I had heard once in some physics kind of discussion about the ball hitting the bat on a home run that the ball would actually shrink to half of its size.
Well, it looked like
and
it there.
There's proof that that's probably right about on the money.
That certainly looked like it, I'll tell you that. Well, something's got to give, and there's no dents in the bat, so something has got to give. That if you've taken a ball apart before, it's a lot of string rolled up, and they got that little hard core in the middle, so it's got to give a little bit.
But if you've ever been hit by a baseball, you wouldn't swear there was anything that would give inside of it.
There isn't.
only thing it gives is your skin and your bones.
Yeah. All right, so he's now he's worked it back to a 3-2 count. Let's see what Kluber wants to go with here.
Now, nobody's been walked more times than Miguel Cabrera. Payoff pitch. He lays off, and that's his 53rd walk on the year, leading the league. And then a 2-out base runner now for Prince Fielder. Joey Votto has walked 62 times in the National League, and his teammate Shin-Soo Choo has drawn 60.
Yeah.
So they're the only ones who walked more than Fielder.
Well, and Votto's a guy that he waits on the ball so well. You know what I'm saying? He never fouls a ball off down the right field line. Being a left-handed hitter, it's always over here. So he waits, and he sees the ball. You know, not many guys can do that. Wade Boggs was like that, but he didn't walk like Votto does or like this guy does. And Prince Fielder will use the whole field, but he'll cheat a little bit more than Votto does. But you get guys in scoring position, and he doesn't. You know, he'll take the base hit. He doesn't try and leave the yard. He's an excellent RBI guy.
1-1 pitch. Inside corner. Kluber ran right in there and painted it. A ball and 2 strikes.
And when Fielder's swinging the bat good, like he can, you're in scoring position at first base.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Corey Kluber with 4 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. And the Indians lead it 5-1. Field where the Indians are in front 5-1 going to the home half of the third. Nick Swisher, Michael Brantley, and Carlos Santana coming up. We're ready for baseball, but they're just waiting for the youngster to announce Nick Swisher, who's the leadoff hitter here in the third. It's Kids Fun Day here at the ballpark. And now that business is taken care of, Nick stands in. He walked and scored in the first. And it's fouled back out of play. The Indians struck in the first inning, 2 outs, nobody on base. And how many times have they done that this year? Quite a few times. You know, they've been able to start a rally with the bases empty and 2 down. They got back-to-back walks, 2-run double, and then a 2-run homer.
That was a good inning to come back with 2 outs. And
Swisher sends one high in the air, pretty deep to left center, but Dirk's back And he'll make the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1. Our great clip of the game from yesterday, Ryan Rayburn teeing off for the Indians. And for Rayburn, that home run was a 2-run shot in the ninth. It got the Indians as close as they would get. Great clips, it's going to be great. The former Tiger not in the lineup today. In there for a strike. Down low. Brantley had a really good at bat in that first inning. Fouled off some pitches and then drove one over the head of Andy Dirks in deep left field to drive in a pair. He sends one pretty deep to left again, almost a replay of the ball. Swisher hit a little bit deeper though. Dirks onto the track to grab it. 2 away. Here's our AT&T U-verse rewind. Couple of home runs for the Indians. Santana lined one out of here, and Chisnall hit that high, towering drive, glancing off the foul pole. So a couple of dingers for the Indians. Their 99th and 100th home runs on the season. Outside corner. Breaking ball in there. Missed inside. Santana chops one to first. Victor Martinez will flip it. And the Indians are retired in order for the first time today. They lead it 5-1. Old one to stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. There's the perfect pour from the Phantom Cam. And we'd like to know what you think about Phantom Cam. Tweet us your opinions at SportsTimeOhio, hashtag Phantom. It will be Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, and Andy Dirks due for Detroit here in the fourth inning. Corey Kluber into the windup. And a fastball strike over the outside corner. That looked like the cutter. Hits it through the hole, and Martinez has his fifth hit of the series. Detroit gets their leadoff man aboard for the first time here today.
Well, the Indians wrap up this series against the Tigers tomorrow night. And the first 10,000 fans through the gate will receive an Omar Vizquel bobblehead. That'll be courtesy of KeyBank. So get your tickets. Come on out to the ballpark. The first 10,000 will receive the bobblehead. And like O said, he's had a lot of them, and none of them look like him.
Out of play to the right. But that one is pretty nifty with all the gold gloves stacked up on it.
He's got quite a few gold gloves in the closet, doesn't he?
I thought it was interesting, that he said, look, I'm not going to go out and campaign for the Hall of Fame. He said it's out of my control anyway. I don't see how he doesn't make it, to be honest.
He'll make it. I think he'll make it, no question. Ozzie Smith's in there, and he's got better offensive numbers than Ozzie. Ozzie has maybe a couple of more gold gloves, but he's right there.
Played in 2 World Series, made a spectacular play that saved Game 6 of that World Series for the Indians in '97. Swing and a miss by Peralta, 1-2 the count. 123 hits shy of 3,000.
When he first came to the big leagues, too, you felt like you could knock the bat out of his hand, too. And almost 3,000 hits later, because he wasn't a very big guy or strong guy, but he worked out hard, and he developed into becoming a very tough out.
Peralta strikes out on the same pitch. The same pitch he got him with the first time, he got him with the second time. And you talk about lack of adjustment. It looked like the same swing from Peralta.
Well, it's the same cutter. Only this one, he started it off. He got underneath it. And that one buried inside. It was almost like a backup. And Peralta went swinging at it. He was looking for it. He went swinging at it, and the same result. Both times he has gone down a strikeout victim. That's 5 now for Kluber.
1 down now for Andy Dirks.
Changeup, nice. You see, when Kluber's out there and he uses all his pitches, he's got a good changeup, a good slider, a good cutter, a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seam fastball. So it's just a matter of not overusing it. Stay with primarily your fastball, work everything else in. He's had 9 0-2, 1-2 counts so far to this point. Right now, make that 10. And he, in his last start, was not a bad start when he had that 4-run inning. You remember that's a good pitch. The first 2 guys in Kansas City, they blooped hits off the end of the bat. They were good
broken
pitches.
Bats, both of them.
Both of them broken bats, and he walked a guy, and then it was a 3-0 ball right down the middle that hurt him, for the grand slam. But he has great stuff. It's just a matter of going out there and pitching with confidence and locating and.
Just missed inside now, so it's 2-2. Hit off the end of the bat foul. "40 out of 63 pitches from Kluber today have been for strikes. And that's something that makes it, I don't want to say easier, but it certainly gives a pitcher a bit of an advantage when you're pitching from in front as opposed to from behind.
When you're pitching to good hitters like this, it helps.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out on a half dozen Ks for Kluber already. Take a look at those two pitches that Johnny Peralta struck out on.
See, this one was down. It was late, and he had it out in front of him. This one, it was a little behind him, and he got underneath it, but it was the same result.
Alex Avila walked his first time up. Fouled right back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another foul back by Avila. He's down to the count now, 1-2.
He said that a lot. Down in the count, 1-2. Down in the count, 0-2.
In the air, left field, shallow. In comes Michael Brantley. He makes the catch. Another goose egg for Corey Kluber. Middle of the 4th, 5-1 Cleveland. What happened post-game yesterday in the Tribe Clubhouse? The Cavs get stronger with 2 more additions. And starting tomorrow, who are your favorite all-time favorite Indians All-Stars? Complete coverage of all the action involving Ohio sports on foxsportsohio.com. Mark Reynolds to lead it off here. Takes a look at ball one outside. Missed down low with it, 2-0. Missed again. 3 balls, no strikes. Liner right at Peralta. Tough break for Reynolds. Hit it right on the button. Lonnie Chisenhall coming up. His first time up. He caught one and golfed it down the line, and it just sliced off the edge of the foul pole for his 5th home run of the year. And Lonnie has done a nice job since getting the call back. 15 hits and 52 at bats. It's good for a .288 average since he's been recalled. Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Got a piece of it, 2-2. Bounce to second base. Santiago scoops it up and throws him out. 2 down. Let's go back to the Hyundai Studios right now for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Rick. Cincinnati today. The Seattle Mariners once again have taken an early lead on the Reds. Justin Smoke with the home run here, a 2-run shot in the 3rd. If you recall, Seattle had a 3-1 lead yesterday, and they lost 13-4. But today it's 3-0 Mariners, 4th inning in Cincy. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. Drew Stubbs, an infield hit, his first time up. That's with 2 down here in the 4th inning. One hopper in the hole. Peralta off balance throw, and Stubbs is out at first. A close play. Martinez held on to the throw in the dirt. And the Indians are retired in order, and suddenly Pfister has set down 9 in a row. wireless receiver only from AT&T Uverse. Rethink possible. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. "5-1, the Indians on top of the Tigers as we roll to the fifth inning here. Ramon Santiago to lead it off for Detroit, then Austin Jackson and Torrey Hunter. Corey Kluber, in 4 innings of work here today, has faced 17 batters, and of those 17 batters, 11 times he's had 0-2 or 1-2 counts. And out of those, the Tiger hitters, 0 for 10, 1 base runner is reached on a walk.
There you have it. You can expand their strike zone and makes it, I'm not saying it's easier to pitch, but it certainly helps you out. They have to expand to swing at borderline pitches.
Bunts it up in the air. Santana dives, but he couldn't come up with it. Nice effort by Carlos. Swisher was coming in from first base.
Now, there's nothing you could do about it. It was right in the middle of both Swisher and Santana, other than give a quality effort, and he does right here. Jumps out from behind the plate. You can see Swisher realized he wasn't going to make the play, so he went down to stop his momentum so there wasn't a collision right there, which was smart.
Now Kluber delivers, and it's low and away, 1-2 the count. Look at the concentration, but just beyond his reach. Strike 3 called, and that's 7 strikeouts now for Corey Kluber as he continues to mow him down this afternoon.
That's the comebacker on the inside part of the plate, that pitch that Kluber has to really throw against left-handed hitters. That's been a tough pitch for him this year.
Kluber struck out 10 Red Sox back on May the 26th at Fenway.
Well, he didn't have one in the first inning here, and he's had 2 in every inning since, except this inning where, of course, he has the leadoff strikeout, looking to get another one here. 7 on the day. See, his strikeouts come from getting ahead of batters, and he has quality stuff. Where was it? The game in Texas where we saw him have so many 14 ground ball outs, and it was like he just was a different guy.
Rolled to short. Cabrera flips it over. Austin Jackson retired, 2 away, and that's 5 in a row he has set down.
Well, come on down to the ballpark next Friday. Kansas City Royals are in town. It'll be Dollar Dogs and a post-game fireworks show. The fireworks will be set to disco music next Friday.
Yeah, the game you're referring to, Rick, against Texas, he struck out 3 in that game.
Right. But he had, 14 ground ball outs, and he really made it look easy. They were swinging early.
Went 8 innings.
Yeah.
The only other time he's had, 3 strikeouts in a game or less was that, I don't even know. Does that even count? The game he started against Tampa with the rain.
That doesn't count.
He only went 2 innings because of the rain.
Right, that doesn't count.
So normally, he's a guy who will get a lot of strikeouts, at least 4, 5, 6 a game, if not more. But every once in a while he gets one of those games like in Texas. That's how you get deep.
Well, you can't control if a guy puts it in play or he doesn't.
Big hopper to third. Lonnie Chisenhall from the cut of the grass throws out Hunter. And Kluber has set down 6 straight Tiger hitters. Michael Bourne to lead it off. And a swing and a miss. Bourne 0 for 2, struck out his last time out. Pfister has struck out 2 on the day. Bourne rolls it right to the second baseman, Santiago. And Pfister's got that ground ball working now. He has set down 10 in a row. In-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Indians got behind early 1-0, but Michael Brantley with 2 on, 2 out drove in a pair with his double in the first. The next man up, Carlos Santana, left the yard with a laser shot to right center field to make it 4-1. And then Lonnie Chisenhall with a solo blast to start the second inning to make it 5-1 Indians, and that's where it stands. Drew Stubbs followed the Chisenhall home run with an infield single. No Indian has reached since then. Five ground ball outs in the 10 straight that he has retired. Line drive caught by Victor Martinez. A rare start at first base today for Victor, and he makes a terrific play to take extra bases away from his Dribble Cabrera.
Yeah, that's a little rude right there. Just Cabrera.
His 5th start of the year at first base.
He wants that double. That's a double down the line, and Victor throws the glove out. He's ready. One step and a reaction time. Ends up making a very nice catch.
Jason Kipnis walked and scored in the first inning, flied to deep center, back in the second. Jason Kipnis, 5th in the American League in stolen bases, coming into play today with 19. June's Player of the Month. Had his 16-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, along with his streak of reaching base safely in 36 straight. And all of those added up to Kipnis making his first All-Star team. A little bit inside, 2-2. He rifles one into right field, and it's right at Torrey Hunter. A 2-out single keeps the inning alive for the Indians. So I mentioned before in the American League All-Star selections, the Tigers had 6 guys picked. One was voted in by the fans. The others were picked by the players, with the exception of Justin Verlander. And here are the other manager selections by Jim Leyland, both Masterson and Kipnis, Chris Sale, all within the division, and Glenn Perkins. Perkins will help out the bullpen.
Well, all deserving. All having very good years.
Kipnis takes off first pitch, swing and a miss, throw down, not even close. 20th steal of the year for Kipnis. With more on the Indians All-Stars, here's Katie.
Well, Matt, Terry Francona actually called Jason Kipnis and Justin Masterson into his office yesterday. He had Jim Leyland on the phone, and he wanted to tell those two guys himself that they had made the All-Star team. Kipnis told me that they were very surprised, but honored, obviously, to get this honor. But being able to go with Masterson, he said, makes it that much more special.
Always fun to go with a teammate, and especially because, you know, even though they dropped the first 2 in the series, they've been playing very good baseball.
Both of them, first-time All-Stars. It's going to be a eye-opening experience. I mean, when they get there into New York, into Citi Field, it's going to be a treat for these guys. Something they'll never forget.
Hopefully the first of many for those two. Swisher awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Pfister. Popped up foul, out of play.
I want to send along a happy birthday wish to Dick Smith, turning 92 today from Port Clinton. Happy birthday, Dick.
Been rough for the boaters. Port Clinton's up there by the lake, you know, but the weather's been so weird this summer so far.
Yeah, I would imagine tough seas out there on the lake.
Especially Lake Erie. It's so shallow. It doesn't take much to stir it up. 1-2 pitch. Fouled right back. Our buddy Dave Pensura, though, was out there trolling the waters.
How's David doing?
He caught himself a little bass.
What, about 3 inches?
Well, he held the camera really close and made it look bigger.
Put it in on Zoom. Well, you know he's out there fishing, trolling.
Kipnis takes his lead at second, the 1-2 pitch, and Swisher out in front of it, strikes out. The inning is over. 5 complete. It remains Cleveland 5, Detroit 1. 5-1 Tribe on top. Moving to the 6th inning. Look at the All-Star final vote. Now there's 5 guys that are up in the American League, and the fans get a chance to vote one of these guys in. Now, Joaquin Benoit is kind of taking over the back-end duties of the Tigers bullpen.
We haven't seen a lot of the other 4 guys there.
Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, and Victor Martinez due up for Detroit here. Cabrera homered in the first. He walked in the third. Fouls the fastball back out of play.
Kluber starting now with 80 pitches, hoping to go a few more innings. Extend it out if possible. He has stopped 4 losing streaks this year for the Indians.
Smashed in the hole. Base hit in the right field for Cabrera, his 2nd hit of the day. Tigers have their leadoff man aboard for just the 2nd time. The final vote in the National League is a little more interesting because of that guy on the far right, Yasiel Puig.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only been in the big leagues, 20-some-odd games? And yet here he is, potentially being voted in.
Well, it's the fans. I mean, it's their game. They want to see it. They have the opportunity to vote him in.
Some people have very strong feelings about this subject. Jonathan Papelbon was on MLB radio, and he thought it was a joke that Puig was even being considered because he has such limited time in the big leagues.
When you talk to players, and I think that's how most of them would look at it. Hey, you got to earn it to get on there. Just because you've been here a month doesn't mean you're an all-star because you've played well in 30 games. I understand that thought process. But the all-star game is the fans' game. And they want him to vote. So, I can see he's not on the all-star team, but the fans have the right to vote him in. Mm-hmm. Go for it. They can vote him in. But he's going to have his opportunities given, the chance of playing a full year in the big leagues to see what he can do. Yeah, he started this year in Double-A? And he has made a huge impact out in L.A. The guy's he doesn't stop running. It's like it's Little League. Every time I see a highlight with him, he
run till you're out.
Yeah, run till you're out. He goes sliding into bases at about 100 miles an hour. He's got a great arm. He looks exciting. He looks like he's fun to watch.
Down low to Prince Fielder. Now this is dangerous after giving up the hit to Cabrera, falling behind Prince Fielder 3-1. Victor Martinez waiting on deck. And he walked him. Make that third walk issued by Kluber. 2 on, nobody out here in the 6th. If you were born and raised in Ohio and want to be the next Fox Sports Ohio girl, go to girls.foxsportsohio.com to submit an application. The casting call for the next Fox Sports Ohio girl ends July 24th. So Victor Martinez, 1 for 2 already on the day, steps to the plate. Six ground ball outs for Corey Kluber so far today. 6 ground ball outs, 7 strikeouts. He's looking for a 2-for-1 right here. Swung on and missed.
Boy, and you see Victor wasn't going to spot him anything either.
The only 2 outs in the air in the game, the line drive by Jackson to start that Michael Bourne caught in center, and the fly ball to left field that Alex Avila hit to end the 4th. Everything else has either been a strikeout or a ground ball. Good pitch. Comes right back with the off-speed pitch to get ahead 0-2 now. Miguel Cabrera at second base. Prince Fielder at first. The 0-2 to Martinez. In tight. Straighten him up.
Right now is the big out in this ball game. You don't want to let any more reach base with nobody out here, even though you're going to the bottom part of their lineup.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that's 8 now for Kluber.
Looked like a nice little cutter. Down in the zone, got him to chase it. He swung out, went out of the strike zone to hit it. Another 1-2 count, so that's the benefit of getting ahead of Martinez. Gets his 8th strikeout in the first out of this inning.
Now here's Johnny Peralta, 0 for 2. He has struck out twice today. Low and away, ball 1 with a fastball. Fouled right back. Count evens 1-1.
Well, he's done a number on Johnny Peralta today. 11 pitches, 8 strikes.
Another foul in and out of the glove of Santana. And that really looks like it caught him on the thumb. Sometimes, you get a sinker like that, and then you get a foul ball. It's very similar where it catches the thumb and just yanks it straight down.
Bad feeling, yeah. They have their own little thumb donuts that they can use inside a catcher's glove to keep that ball from pounding it on the thumb.
Chance for another strikeout here for Kluber. And the 1-2 pitch. Check the swing, and it glances off the bat. And Peralta stays alive.
Well, he was able to get him on that pitch the first 2 times up, and Johnny wasn't so sure it was coming again. But he fouled it off to stay alive.
And the 1-2. Fastball away. It's not a bad idea with all the off-speed pitches he's shown him. He might have thought, hey, if I just show him a fastball, he might swing at it just because it's not moving.
I'd like to see, I would have seen him throw that fastball in. He's thinking it's going to be that cutter coming at him again.
2-2.
He's seen enough of them today.
Cody Allen just getting up in the Tribe bullpen. Count is full for Peralta.
Yeah, they're not getting on the same page here. Santana's putting down one thing. Kluber wants to throw another. So they're going to have a little talk about it. ultimately you're in a situation here. Kluber's got to throw what he wants to throw, what he believes he's going to throw for a strike, and what he believes he's going to get Peralta out with. You know, we looked at it starting this inning. He was right around the 80 pitch mark, and now you look up there, it's 96 pitches.
Yep. Well, you know, the walk
right
to Fielder, and then the strikeout of Martinez, and now he's 3-2 to Peralta. It adds up in a hurry. Runners go on the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, Santana dropped the ball. They'd have had a real good chance at a double play to end the inning.
No question. Unbelievable. They send him. And Santana in the transfer just can't handle it. And Cabrera was a dead duck at third base. There it is. He goes with a two-seam fastball. He never even caught the ball,
sure
so
did,
it wasn't
Rick.
even in the transfer. He just flat out missed it. So it cost him an out. It cost him to get out of that inning right there, not catching the baseball.
So the inning will stay alive, and Andy Dirks will be the batter. Struck out his last time up. And the hat trick for Peralta. Kluber one strikeout shy of his career high now. So Callaway has his say. Everyone retreats as Cody Allen continues to heat up in the bullpen. But this is a key moment in the game with the Tribe leading at 5-1. You want to keep the Tigers down. Don't give them any signs of life here.
Well, I think they were out to the mound talking to him because Dirks has had such a good year against the Indians.
Went right at him with a fastball. It's fouled back.
Yeah, base hit here. Detroit's right back in it.
Swung on and missed. Boy, good pitch. Fastball to start. Pulled the string on him. Dirk's way out in front of it. And now Kluber, one strike away from ending the inning. Smallest crowd of the series, but they're making some noise now. And the 0-2 pitch. Again, Kluber takes aim. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Kluber equals his career high with 10 strikeouts here today. He fans 3 straight Tigers to end the 6th. Indians lead the Tigers 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth now. Quite a performance today from Corey Kluber. For the Indians, Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, and Mark Reynolds due up. Shattered bat, ball goes foul.
There you go, right off the end.
Took a big chunk of that one.
Yes, sure did. Cupped end, he's taking a look at it and saying, holy smokes. Had a 2-run double in the first inning that got the Indians on the board, and this one right off the end of the bat. You can see it splinter.
Now you can just glue that back together, right?
Yeah.
Michael Brantley had a monstrous hit in this game back in the first inning. The Indians were down 1-0. 2 outs, nobody on base. Jason Kipnis walked, then Swisher walked. And then Brantley working the count. Hit one to deep left field that was over the head of Andy Dirks. And it went for a 2-run double. Carlos Santana followed with a 2-run homer. And the Indians were off and running. But give Pfister credit. It was after he gave up the home run to Lonnie Chisenhall leading off the second. Drew Stubbs reached on an infield single. Then he retired the next 11 in a row. Brantley tees off, deep right field. Hunter's out of room. It's out of here. Home run number 6 for Brantley. 3rd home run of the game for the Indians. And they now lead it 6-1. Boy, that was a thing of beauty right there. That was smoked.
Well, they've been putting a couple of good swings on the baseball with 2 strikes. Brantley right there, that fastball coming middle in, and he's, just quick hands. Good swing, hit the line drive. Santana's was the same way. Chisenhall hit the high one, the high hanging breaking ball, but that was a good swing by Brantley. So he has 3 ribbies today out of the 6.
A reversal of fortunes here today as the Indians have broken out the big bats and put a hurting on the Tigers. Just as Detroit did in the first 2 games of this series. From our Phantom Cam, you see that bat there wasn't any give to it at all. He hit that right on the sweet spot and away she went.
He's had a couple of big hits today.
Mark Reynolds has grounded to third, lined out to short his last time up. 1 hopper to short. Peralta will flip it over. 2 down. Let's go back to the Hyundai Studios for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt, we'll see Toronto this week at Progressive Field. Today they're hosting the Minnesota Twins, and they've gotten some home runs, 3 of them. One here by Rajay Davis, a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. 6-3 is the score. Now Tyler Redmond had a no-hitter into the 5th against the Twins. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al.
Yeah, the last time we played Toronto was opening day. We were up in north of the border. Playing the Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Blue Jays
Batista, Encarnacion, and the boys coming in.
They're trying to get back to 500. They started the day 3 games under and 11 games out in the AL East. They were the odds-on favorite. Boy, everybody was on the Blue Jay bandwagon to start the year. The popular pick with the off-season moves and big trades.
Something to talk about on television when there's no baseball. You know? Still got to play the game between the lines.
Yeah, they lost Jose Reyes to an injury early.
Right.
I don't think the pitching was nearly as good as they anticipated it would be, and some of their hitters got off to slow starts. Chisenhall lays off. It's called a strike. 2-2.
5 of the 6 Indian hits today have come when they've been down in the count. So they've done a nice job with 2 strikes today. Sometimes that's hard going, where you've got to battle a pitcher and it's easy for him to put you away, but they have 5 of their 6 hits with 2 strikes.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Third walk issued today by Doug Fister.
First time this year he has walked 3 guys.
And I think that's it. Jim Leyland headed to the mound. He's over 100 pitches on the day. I don't know that he wants to come out of this game. He's standing there.
He's got no say in it.
Like he wants to stay, and Leyland's not asking for the ball yet. So it looks like he's going to give him one more hitter. And that might have been what he went out to tell him. Look, you got this guy. If you don't get him, your day's over. The top of the order coming up for the 4th time. And the Indians already leading it 6-1. Drew Stubbs is the batter. An infield hit in the 2nd. And then in the 4th inning, he bounced one to short. And Johnny Peralta made a quick release throw. And, I mean, just barely got him. It was a bang-bang play.
It was a good pick by Victor at first base to get him.
The ball and a strike. Hit on the ground to third. Miguel Cabrera goes to second. And that's the inning-ending force. 6 complete from Progressive Field. The Indians with 3 home runs on the day. They lead it 6-1. Panini's with 18 locations in Northeast Ohio. And by Levin. Here's a look in at Progressive Field on this Sunday afternoon from our Panini Cam, brought to you by Panini's Bar and Grill. The Indians leading at 6-1. Corey Kluber coming back out. He has struck out a career high equaling 10 batters the last 3 in a row. He's at 101 pitches on the day. He's got Alex Avila, Ramon Santiago, and then Austin Jackson due up.
Well, and has really pounded the strike zone, 64% strikes. Has pitched ahead in the count, 0-2, 1-2 counts. He's had a boatload of them today, 15 of them.
Well, he's pitched ahead in the count for the most part and kept them off balance. Well, you know, as you said, too, he's got more than just a couple of weapons, and he's used them all today. There's a ground ball right at the shortstop, Cabrera. You know, whether it's the four-seamer, the cutter, the two-seamer, the change-up, slider. I mean, he's gone to multiple pitches in different situations.
And it's not like you have to throw them all in an at-bat. I mean,
no.
You concentrate on getting ahead of the hitters, and then you can go to work. 10 strikeouts, 7 groundouts, 2 flyouts. I mean, the strikeouts, they come because he's ahead in the count and he expands their strike zone. You know, it's when they get the foul balls, and they've been able to, that's what they've done lately to Indians pitchers. They foul off a lot of pitches and stay alive. They make them work the counts. You can't put them away. He's been able to put them away today.
Ramon Santiago has been called out on strikes twice today, but he's got the count here 2-0. That looked awfully good, and even Kluber kind of shaking his head. 3-0. Corey shows no emotion when he's on the mound, and that's about all you'll get from him.
Well, he's just really concentrating on getting back into the count. It's only his second 3-0 count. But he's saying, come on back, don't walk him. Make him put it in play.
That's lined to left center, and it's in the gap.
There's the difference right there when you're ahead and when you're behind.
Well, as you said, he didn't want to walk him, and he's going to throw it over the plate right there. He's going to throw it,
and he's going to make him put it in play. I don't care if it's a ninth place hitter or not. He didn't walk him, but you can see how hitters, I mean, they don't have the doubt. They know they're going to get a fastball. It changes their whole mentality when they get into that situation. They haven't been in it much today, but right there, Santiago gets a hit, and it looks like it's going to do it for Kluber this afternoon.
6 1/3, 5 hits. Corey Kluber walked 3, struck out 10. What a performance. Just what they needed. And he'll get a big hand from this crowd on a Sunday afternoon here at the ballpark. The Indians leading it 6-1. Today's Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. Joe Smith coming on when we come back. 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th inning. Joe Smith coming on for the Tribe, his 36th appearance of the year, 4-0, 2.51 ERA. Smitty with 30 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 32 and a third innings. He's got Austin Jackson coming up, who is 0 for 3 on the day.
You know, finally, though, a Cleveland pitcher did go 6 innings, and Corey went into that 7th inning able to get the first out. So that's something they haven't been able to do a lot lately.
Austin Jackson takes a look down low. Jackson 2 out of 11 in the series. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Torrey Hunter waits on deck. And a full count.
You know, it looked like Jackson was taken all the way there just to force him to throw 3 in a row. They need base runners. So he was saying, all right, I'll try and walk and see what happens. But now it's 3-2.
Lines one into left field, a base hit. Might not have even been a strike, but he went down and got it. And now Tigers at the corners with 1 out.
Well, it was on the nose, wherever it was. It was a low sinker. And it was just over the glove of Cabrera. You see, he went up as high as he could. Santiago had to wait to make sure he didn't catch the ball. So it's 1st and 3rd now with 1 out. You're getting into the tough part of the lineup.
Torrey Hunter's 0 for 3 today. Swing and a miss. The 0-1. That's the first Detroit hit today with a runner on base, by the way. Kluber had scattered the 4 hits. 1-1 pitch. Caught the outside corner, and he gets ahead now, 1-2. Fouled that off of his leg. 1-2 the count. Tell you, when it's all said and done and Torrey Hunter is retired, he's going to have nightmares about fouling balls off of his leg. So, because throughout his career, as a right-handed hitter, he's seen his share of sinker ballers and guys who run it in because he loves to extend the arms, take the ball the other way, and guys really try to pound him inside.
Yeah, you do a number beating yourself up. Some hitters do.
Fouled right back. Terry Francona's club in front 6-1. Hits are even at 6 apiece. The Indians have made the most of theirs by using the long ball today. They got that one up, and Hunter fouled it right back. Another foul back.
He's getting a couple of good pitches to hit right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's up in the strike zone.
Man, he's following him straight back. Joe, a sidearmer, you want that ball down.
That one is lined into center field for a base hit. Santiago scores. Jackson headed for third. The throw cut off. And now the Tigers have runners at first and third with a run in and a run out.
And that's charged to Kluber, so his day is over. He's given up 2. But Smith, that was a slider middle of the plate. See, they wanted away. That stayed dead middle, and you get hurt right there. So the walk, a base hit, and Jackson had the base hit. There has been no relief to this point. Couple of hits.
Yep, Santiago, Jackson, then Hunter. And the Tigers with 3 straight knocks here in the 7th inning is Miguel Cabrera coming to the plate. Cabrera homered in the first, walked in the third, singled in the 6th. Lines one into right field, a base hit. Hunter will have to stop at second. Stubbs got to it quickly, but another run in for Detroit. And it's a 6-3 ball game.
3 straight hits from Smith. I'm sure that's going to prompt a visit from the Indians dugout, and maybe something happen out in that bullpen, but that's 3 straight.
Well, Cody Allen is going to get up again. He had been up an inning ago getting loose.
Well, right now the Tigers have out hit the Indians 8-6. That's 4 hits in the inning, 3 consecutive off Joe Smith, and Cody Allen going to get up and start getting loose.
Prince Fielder 0 for 2 today with a walk, 1 for 10 in the series, and he takes a strike. Over but low. 1-1.
You're going to see the breaking ball. You're going to see it's down. He's looking for the ground ball. He wants the double play. That's a good pitch.
Right on the outside corner. You mentioned before how the Tigers haven't been much of a late scoring team, but here today, 2 on the board in the 7th and threatening for more as Fielder fouls it away. Prince Fielder, 3rd in the American League in runs batted in. He's driven home 66 on the season. He's got 2 on the base paths and another foul back.
Well, just trying to stay alive. He fouled off a pretty good pitch right there. Santana talking to Smitty right now. They want a ground ball. They want to figure out a way to get him to hit it on the ground at turn 2. Fielder this year has hit into 13 double play balls.
Fielder, Cabrera, and Victor Martinez have all hit into 13 double plays. The 1-2. Fisted in the air on the infield, and it's caught by Lonnie Chisenhall. They did make the signal for infield fly rule, but it was late. 2 down. That's one of those almost tweeners, you know?
Yeah, it is. You're right. They come inside and they jam them. And they had to fight it off, but it's up in the air, right to Chisenhall. That's out number 2, the first out for Joe Smith that he's been able to get. And one tough one to go.
No, Victor Martinez 1 for 3 today. 5 for 10 in the series. And it's inside for ball 1. Over the outside corner, it's a called strike. Torrey Hunter, the runner at second base. Miguel Cabrera down at first. The 1-1 count for Martinez. Inside, he missed 2-1. Three balls and a strike with Johnny Peralta waiting on deck. Martinez with a hit now in 9 straight games. And he is in a really good spot right here. 3-1 pitch. Hit fouled on the right side. Full count. In addition to his 9-game hitting streak, he's hitting almost 400 during this tear, 14 for 36. Over his last 15 games, Martinez batting well over 300 with 11 runs batted in. So he got off to a slow start, but he has picked it up. And Joe Smith is in a tough battle right here with 2 on, 2 out, and a 3-2 count. So Hunter and Cabrera will be moving on the pitch. Now the payoff. Outside, ball 4. He walked him. And the bases are loaded. And now you got Johnny Peralta coming up. He's had a rough day, but he's facing a different pitcher now for the first time. Peralta struck out all 3 times against Corey Kluber. Joe Smith, though, is really having his troubles. He gave up 3 straight hits to the first 3 batters he faced. He got Fielder to pop up. And now he's walked Martinez to load the bases.
Yeah, he's letting them right back in here.
Corey Kluber, who went 6 1/3, charged with 2 runs on 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 10, equaling his career best.
Klober just dominated Peralta today. Johnny saw 16 pitches, 11 strikes, and he went down 3 times. But little different here. He's got bases loaded, a hit, and the Tigers are right back in it. They have the tying runs on base. There are 4 hits in the inning. They have 2 runs already in.
Smith delivers. Peralta pops it in the air. Right field near the line. Stubbs is over. Makes the catch. Detroit leaves them loaded. And Smith gets out of the bases loaded mess. Tigers get a pair. Indians lead at 6-3. Time now for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Spitzer Auto World. Life is hard. Buying a car shouldn't be. All right, time now for Miller Time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Michael Brantley having a big day. 3 runs batted in. That homer in the 6th. Gave the Indians their 6th run. Phantom Cam, the latest addition to the arsenal here at Sports Time Ohio. Tweet us your opinions on the Phantom Cam at Sports Time Ohio, #Phantom. Indians lead at 6-3. And today's Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. Evan Reed getting the call up. I guess they put Darren Downs on the DL, although we didn't get a release on it here.
No, we didn't. Downs pitched in yesterday's ball game. Ended up the ball game for them, so Reed coming on in place of Pfister. Pfister went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs. He walked 3, struck out 4. The Indians had the home run ball working. They hit 3 of them today. So the Tigers climb back a little closer in this one. They cut it in half and make it a 6-3. Well, the Indians would like to add on and just add a little more room here.
Michael Bourne will lead off for the Indians. So the mystery man, Evan Reed, enters the ball game for Detroit. Normally, the PR department of the team would let you know that they made a roster move, but apparently this didn't happen with the Tigers today. Fastball fouled away inside.
Yeah, it looked like Bourne fouled it off his body. He's taking a little stroll. I don't know where it got him. He's got the one hand off the bat. Check it out. Might have been the knee or the right foot, something like that, but it hurt. Look at him. He's taking a little extra time.
On the outside corner, a strike called. Swing and a miss. Bourne strikes out. Second time he's gone down swinging today, and he's had a rough series. 1 for 11. Let's get the answer to the AT&T trivia question. 3 grand slams in the season. Manny Ramirez, Pronk, and the Bruiser.
Where was it? Somebody just signed Ben Broussard. I forget who it was. They signed him to a minor league deal. We were just coming home. I forget who it was. I didn't know he was still playing. He's 36.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Texas.
Well, that's what he came up with. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he was with the Independent League, the Long Island Ball Club. He hadn't played in the big league since 08. I think it was the White Sox.
Okay. Well, it makes sense because we just left Chicago a little while ago.
Ground ball to short. And that's out number 1. Or out 2, rather.
Well, the Indians Tribe Park and Ride will bus you to and from Progressive Field from 5 area suburbs one more night. That'll be Saturday. You can purchase your fare for only $5 per person at Indians.com. Plan your trip. Kansas City. He signed with Kansas City.
The White Sox was the last team he had been with. Organization, anyway. He was released by the White Sox in 09. So, yeah, the Royals just picked him up. So that's a pretty interesting story, though. You're basically out of baseball. You're off the radar for almost 4 years. Kipnis drives one deep left field down the corner, and it's a foul ball.
Yeah, slicing right towards the end. We lost it from our vantage point. So he'll come back, and he'll have to battle now. He's down in the count 0-2.
Jason Kipnis fouls this one back out of play, and the count stays 0-2. Kipnis walked and scored in the first, singled and stole his 20th base of the year in the 5th. He also drove one to deep center back in the 2nd inning. Down low. A ball and 2 strikes. Speaking of the Royals, Oakland's beating the stuffing out of KC today, 7-1. They're in the 4th inning at Kauffman. Popped him up. Out goes Peralta. And he makes the catch. The Indians go 1-2-3. 7 complete. Indians 6, Tigers 3. Descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, tomorrow night the Indians are going to wrap up the series with the Tigers, and it will be Omar Vizquel bobblehead tomorrow. There's Omar right there. The first 10,000 fans will receive a bobblehead. So come on out, wrap up this series.
Well, who better to hold a baby than Omar? I mean, you want a guy with good hands?
He's not going to drop the baby,
got the
that's
best
for
hands
sure.
Around. So Omar Vizquel, great weekend to pay tribute to his terrific career. Andy Dirks 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts on the day. Three balls, no strikes. Boy, this crowd getting anxious.
You know, this bullpen's got to come out and start throwing strikes.
Outside corner, 3-1. Well, a leadoff walk won't help. And Alex Avila coming to the plate now. Revisiting our keys to the game from earlier. Quality start from Kluber, check. First 3 innings, check.
Yeah, right. Check, check.
Now it's up to the bullpen to try and protect a 6-3 lead now. And Alex Avila takes a strike. He's 0 for 2, walked back in the 2nd inning. Tied him up. Good pitch, 0-2. Missed outside. Boy, it is deathly quiet here. The 1-2 pitch. I feel like I'm at a golf match. Slowly hit. Pistano knocks it down. Everybody's safe.
Well, one of those tweeners. Pistano came over, got glove on it, just didn't stick, and it stayed down underneath. That'll go as an infield single, and the Tigers have the first 2 men aboard. He tops it, and he's rolling over on it, and there goes Pistano to catch it. He thought he was going to grab it and just go step on the base, and Swisher pretty much had to stay back. He didn't know what was going to happen. So once it comes off the glove of Pistano, it goes as a base hit. So they have a start here to this 8th inning.
Ramon Santiago, the batter. Pistano and Chisenhall have a chat.
They're saying, all right, if he bunts, this is the play that's going to be on. And it wouldn't surprise me to see him move the runners here to try and just cut into that 6-3 lead.
Santiago doubled and scored in the 7th. Not showing bunt, takes ball 1.
Well, so far today, when Kluber was on the mound, Tigers hitting with runners on, they were 0 for 8. Since the bullpen has arrived, they are 4 for 6.
Ramon Santiago awaits the 1-0. Chops it towards second base. Kipnis goes to Cabrera. They get 1. That's it. 1 down in the inning. Dirks goes to third. And Tigers at the corners with 1 out now for Austin Jackson.
A little tougher play to turn. It was a high hop and not hit on the nose, so they're only going to get 1.
Austin Jackson 1 for 4 on the day, 3 for 12 in the series. Low and away, ball 1.
Well, there's no luck whatsoever right there for Jackson. 0 for 5 with 5 punch-outs.
Threw it by him. Good fastball, 1-1. Same result. I mean, that fastball, Jackson not picking it up, and he's blowing it right by him at 1-2 the count now. That's vintage Vinny Pistano right there. Now the 1-2. Same result. Just reared back. Here it is. You can't hit it. Threw it right by him. First strikeout of the inning for Pistano. 2 down.
Well, there's just a good fastball away. The location of it's down and away, and this guy has a tough time picking up Pistano. That's 6 times he's faced him, and that's 6 strikeouts. So He didn't give in. He didn't throw anything off speed. He went right at him with his fastball. He got the second out of the inning.
Now Torrey Hunter. Wow.
Yeah, element of surprise just to keep the inning going. Didn't look like his heart was really into that. But this is the big out. This is the one you want to get. That final out, so you've got Cabrera leading off the inning.
Takes a strike. It evens the count. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pistano slapped the glove. He thought he had strike 2 called.
Well, you see it's a good pitch on the outer part of the plate.
Hit in the air to deep left field. Way back and gone. Torrey Hunter has tied the game with a 3-run homer with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Torrey Hunter headed to the All-Star game, and with good reason. He's having a tremendous year. Just his 6th home run, but his 4th run batted into the game.
The pitch before that, you see a great pitch away with the fastball. It doesn't get called, and you come back with the breaking ball. You hang breaking balls. They go a long way. Stay with the fastball. Stay away. Make them swing the bat. They hang him a breaking ball. We have a brand new ball game. It is now 6-6.
Boy, you know, it's interesting because the last time Corey Kluber struck out 10 batters in a game, it was that day in Boston when he had the lead and the bullpen imploded. And he wound up with a no decision that day. And he's got a no decision again here this afternoon. Now Miguel Cabrera, the go-ahead run, is aboard in the 8th.
Well, 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. I mean, there's nothing more you can do. The bullpen, the implosion again.
Prince Fielder is going to be the batter.
You know, you're going to look at it, and you hate to see it, but watch the spinner. Spins middle of the plate. If you throw a breaking ball, you have to get it down or bounce it if you're going to throw it. If not, it's tougher to beat you with a good located fastball. This one ties the game, and it takes the air right out of whatever was in this ballpark at the time. And Detroit comes all the way back with 5 in the last 2 innings.
Fielder pops it foul out of play. Well, the first 2 reached for Detroit here in the inning, and that set it all up. Fielder pops one straight back and out of play. Pistano's 0-2 pitch. Right up the middle, a base hit. That's 3 straight 2-out hits for Detroit in the inning.
That's the 8th Tigers hit in the last 2 innings. They now have 12. This one off the end of the bat, coming on a breaking ball that was down. And that's going to do it for Pistano. Out comes Francona. He's seen enough. He can't let it go on anymore.
Pistano goes 2/3 of an inning. Gives up 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Charged with 3 runs, responsible for the 2 on base. We've got a timeout and a tie game. facing Cody Allen. Victor is 1 for 3 on the day. Walked last inning to load the bases up for Detroit. So he's in almost the exact same spot he was last inning with 2 outs. If he walks, he'll load him up. If he gets a hit, there's a chance Detroit could take the lead. Miguel Cabrera, though, he won't score on a routine base hit because he's not exactly fleet of foot. And Prince Fielder, of course, down at first base.
Well, they have done the damage to the Indians bullpen today. 6 for 10, Tigers are with runners on. 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position against the bullpen. They were 0 for 8 against Kluber with runners on. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. It's almost like as soon as he left the game, Detroit, man, that something changed.
He struck out 10 Tigers hitters, the last 3 in the 6th inning. But after Santiago doubled with 1 out on the 7th, it has changed in a hurry. Cody Allen, a first pitch strike to Victor Martinez. The Indians led this game 6-1 going into the 7th inning. Gets away from Santana. That was a poor pitch. It was way out in front of the plate.
Poor pitch, but it takes away this hitter, too. I walk Victor. You bring up Peralta. I don't throw Victor a strike. With that wild pitch. Oh, well, yeah. With the wild pitch, you don't give him anything to swing at. Pitch around Victor. I'd take my chances with Peralta. You know, this is the game. We were in San Diego when they had that big lead. I mean, Kansas City. And they scored 10 runs from after the 6th inning.
Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah, very similar. Well, now Santana's going to walk out and talk to Cody Allen, the rookie. I wouldn't give this guy much to hit at all. And you got to be careful if you call the breaking ball here if you're going to try and get him to swing at a bad pitch because you can bounce another one. Just put him on. But then again, you have no room for error once you do.
The Tiger fans who have made the trek here to Cleveland for this ball game today are hooping and hollering. And the Tribe fans are letting it be known they don't appreciate it. 2nd and 3rd now with 2 down. Tie game, 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Martinez. Outside, he missed 2-1. You can see Santana was set up off the plate. Not going to give him anything to hit.
No, that's fine. Just...
Going to go out there again. That came back on the plate, though.
You see, that's the trouble right there. When you think you're going to make a good pitch, you come back and you have a chance of making a mistake, especially with the young pitcher. See, he's sitting so far off the plate. Look where Santana has to go back. That is, they got away with one. They're very lucky right there.
Two on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Low and away, full count. Johnny Peralta waiting on deck. It would appear that will be the matchup we'll be looking at. Swung out and missed. He chased it in the dirt. And that'll end the inning. So Cody Allen gets Martinez, who overly aggressive, swings at a ball, and the inning is over, but the Tigers have tied the game. Hey, Bruce Drennan and All Bets Are Off are on the road Tuesday afternoon at Nationwide Arena down in Columbus. Find out what's happening with the Blue Jackets, the Crew, and the Clippers. And they might mention something about Ohio State. Join Bruce live at 3:30 right here on Sports Time Ohio. Al Albuquerque coming on now to pitch for Detroit. Swisher, Brantley, Santana due up for the Indians. Nick Swisher is 0 for 2, walked and scored in the first. Since then, he has flied to left, struck out.
Well, we'll see if the Indians can come back and answer. Albuquerque, a guy came in game one of this series, pitched an inning and struck out the side. But here's a pitcher that he can have a tough time finding the strike zone as well. He's got a good arm. He throws it hard. He's got a good slider, but he can get all over the place. He's behind now 3-0. You got to take a couple here, I would think.
I would think so. The 3-0, and he does find the strike zone.
All right, now you're ready. You look for another fastball.
And he does come right back and find the strike zone. Wants back-to-back fastballs to run it full. Payoff pitch. Chop foul. Swisher 3 for 8 in the series with a home run. Michael Brantley waiting on deck. And then Carlos Santana, all here in the bottom of the 8th. Upstairs, ball 4, and the Indians have their leadoff man aboard. The in-game box score brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. You know, it's weird. Normally you don't see a team in a tie game when they've been out hit 12-6. But the Indians got 2 hits in the first, but 2 walks also came around to score. A couple of hits in the second. And then, solo homer in the 6th inning. So they've used a home run ball to help them out today. They've only left 3 on base. The Tigers have stranded 11. They've left the bases loaded in the 7th, 2nd and 3rd in the 8th.
Well, that's the 4th walk now by Detroit pitching. Pfister gave up 3. 2 came around to score. There's the first one from Albuquerque. Let's see if the Indians can make them pay with that one as well.
Now Michael Brantley homered. That's the last run the Indians scored in this game back in the 6th. Down low. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Left-hander Drew Smiley getting loose for Detroit. 2-1 pitch to Brantley up high. 3 balls and a strike. And Albuquerque is just essentially all over the place. 7 out of 11 have missed the zone. He's got an outstanding fastball, but he can't harness it right now.
Well, that's been their problems out of their bullpen. Last year when these guys were able to throw it, they were throwing for strikes. They had a couple guys with really good arms. But, boy, you have to throw strikes when you're coming out of that bullpen, and right now he is not. So the more patience, the better for the Indians hitters.
3-1 pitch. Brantley drives it deep right field. Hunter's looking up. Gone to Souvenir City. Michael Brantley with a 2-run homer, his 2nd home run of the day, and now 5 runs batted in on the afternoon as the Indians roar back and reclaim the lead 8-6.
How about that? Michael Brantley with a tremendous afternoon. 5 ribbies, 2 homers, and a double, and they bounce right back. That shows you something, boy, about this offense. They never quit. He gets another fastball down, middle end, 3-1 count, and let his hands come through the hitting area, and back on top go the Indians. It's 8-6. Brantley with a pair of home runs. 2nd time he's done that this year, and he now has 7. Nice job.
I believe that is a career high. 5 runs batted in now for Michael Brantley on the day. Santana takes a look. It's down and in. Remember, he just had that 4 RBI game.
Right.
Was it in Baltimore?
Well,
it was just recently on that road trip. He had a big afternoon. Well, now Carlos Santana, his 2-run homer in the first, helped stake the Indians to the early lead. Yeah, it was in Baltimore when Brantley had the 4 RBI performance, so now a career-high 5 knocked in today. Put Conan and Smiley up in the Tiger pen, but Albuquerque is already coughed up 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. As Chris Perez continues to loosen in the Tribe pen, he's just waiting now. Looks like he's all set to go.
4 homers for the Indians today. That's the long ball has been their friend. They now have 102 on the season.
Now Michael Brantley having himself quite an afternoon. Career high 5 runs batted in. Second time this year he's hit 2 home runs in a game. As Santana takes strike 3 call. Brantley also homered twice on our last homestand against Kansas City. Stay tuned for Indians Live following the game right here on Sports Time Ohio. Brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Al and Jason will have the highlights. Katie will have a reaction. We'll have some final thoughts. It's all coming up next. Lays off. It's upstairs, 2-0. Fastball ran in off the plate. Tommy Bowe says it's the 4th time this year the Indians have had a player drive in 5 runs in a game.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Down low, and Mark Reynolds draws a walk. And that's going to be it. Jim Leyland will go back to his bullpen here as Al Albuquerque can't get it done today. He walked the leadoff man, Nick Swisher. Michael Brantley got in a good hitter's count, and then he crushed one. A 2-run homer to put the Tribe on top. So it's 8-6 Cleveland. As Jim Leyland will call on Luke Putkonen when we come back. Today he's hit 2 home runs. His 2-run shot here in the 8th has the Indians back in front 8-6. 1 on 1 out. Luke Putkonen now coming out of the Tiger bullpen. And the right-hander will be making his 18th appearance. 2.84 ERA. And Mike Aviles has come on to run for Mark Reynolds at first base. Interesting that, Jim Leyland had Drew Smiley up in the bullpen. Now, granted, they don't
they're behind now. But Smiley doesn't get the call. He goes to put Conan here, despite the fact that Lonnie Chisenhall is just 3 for 31 on the year against lefties.
Well, you could also, you got Rayburn on the bench, and he knows that. But I think Smiley's more of his guy that he wants to pitch when they're in the lead to hold it than these guys coming in now that have given it away. Hard to tell, but it was the walk that started it. Swisher came up, he walked Swisher, and then Brantley, he had him in the count 3-1, and Brantley zeroed in on a 3-1 fastball down. Second time he's hit 2 homers in a game this year. He's having a huge day. 5 RBIs. He's got 10 total bases. You got to love it. They didn't quit. They come back. They answered. Tigers have put 5 runs on the board in the last 2 innings, and the Indians come back and said, But keep going. Keep adding on. Get as many as you can get.
Back out of play. One pitch. Aviles takes off, and Chisenhall fouls it straight back.
This is one of those games, man, that we talked about. They're going to have to score to beat the Tigers. They were cruising. They had 6. There's a pass ball right there that allows Aviles to get himself into scoring position. I don't know if that ball bounced or not. Let's check it out. Comes this pitch coming in, and that's got to be catchable, I would think.
It sure looked that way to me. I mean, Aviles is a terrific catcher, but I don't know if he just
pass ball,
lost track of the movement on that ball, or what happened to him. 2-2. Down in the dirt. Full count.
This guy has had his work cut out for him, too, the last couple days, because he's been digging them out of the dirt all day long.
Three-two the count on Chisenhall. Bouncing ball headed up the middle. Santiago stabs it from the outfield grass. Can't throw him out. Chisenhall beats it out for an infield single. Aviles to third on the play. So, first and third with 1 out. And now Drew Stubbs coming to the plate.
Well, you see the backhand. He has to stop, plant, and throw. He makes a good play. Chisenhall just comes back and beats it out, though. Good hustle. Go as an infield. You see him on the base. There's the ball getting at Martinez's glove about the same time.
That was really close, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. He gets the call. It goes as a base hit, and now it's first and third and a chance to add on.
Good hustle. 2 hits on the day for Chisenhall. 5 hits in the series. Now Drew Stubbs with the infield in. Swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch.
Came back with the same pitch, and now he's ahead 0-2. There goes Chisenhall. The ball's in the dirt, and Avila, all he could do was block it to keep it from getting by him. It'll be a steal for Chisenhall, his first of the year.
That's a smart thing to do. Stay out of the double play, send your runner. You know he's probably going to see another breaking ball. It's in the dirt. So now the double play is out of order. They got to bring the infield in and try and cut the run off at home plate.
Now they're at the cut of the grass all the way around the horn. The 1-2. Outside with it. That ball's hit in the air. Deep center. Back is Jackson. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third and coming home to score is Aviles. Tagging in second and going to third is Chisenhall. 2 down in the inning. 3 runs in for the Tribe here in the 8th. All 3 charged to Al Albuquerque, and the Indians lead it 9-6. So Drew Stubbs with his 35th run batted in on the year. Well done. So the Indians taking advantage of Tiger mistakes here in the 8th. The pass ball and then the infield single. All adding up. Michael Bourne 0 for 4 today. 1 out of 11 in the series. Looks at a ball down low. Back out of play. One pitch. Swung on and missed. Lonnie Chisenhall, the runner at third base. Looking for a ball in the dirt. We've seen plenty of those in this inning. The 1-2 to Bourne. Strike 3 called. The inning is over. The Tribe gets 3 to regain the lead. Now Chris Perez will try to nail it down. Tribe up 9-6 thanks to Michael Brantley. pregame ceremony involving some of the nominees for the Bob Feller Act of Valor Award that will be handed out this year. Nick Swisher of the Indians, Justin Verlander of the Tigers are two of the nominees. Ross Detweiler of the Nationals, Cole Hamels of the Phillies, Justin Morneau of the Twins are the others. The award created to honor the legacy of Bob Feller. And that award will be presented, the winner will be presented with the award on Veterans Day.
Correct.
At the U.S. Navy Memorial in D.C.
The very first award for that. That's going to be, that'd be great. I'd like to see an Indian win it.
Well, we'll wait to see on that. Now we'll see if Chris Perez can nail down his 9th save of the year. He's got Johnny Peralta, Andy Dirks, and Alex Avila due up for Detroit. Pitch inside for ball one.
A tale of two games here. First 6 innings, it was dominated by Cleveland. 7th and 8th inning, the Tigers started to take control. They come all the way back to tie it, but then the Indians flexed in the bottom half of the 8th, and they put their 3 spot back on the board.
And a count 3-0 for Peralta. There's a strike called. Broke his bat, lined up the middle into center, a base hit. So Peralta is aboard to start the 9th inning for Detroit. Now the bottom third of the Tigers' order that has given the Indians some problems here today. Dirks, Avila, Santiago have combined for 3 runs scored. They have also combined for 3 hits and a couple of walks today. They've also struck out a combined 4 times. Indians Live comes your way right after the ball game, brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Dirks a single, a walk, and a run scored. And it's outside for ball one.
Peralta breaks his bat here. Look at, he's holding just a little bit of the handle in his hand, but it went for a base hit.
1-1 to count. Fastball ticked into the glove of Santana. Ball and 2 strikes.
Yep.
Got him. Dirks out looking, 1 down in the 9th. Pretty good breaking ball, froze him. Inside corner, and Dirks just locked himself up. So the batter now is Alex Avila. He's got 1 hit on the day. He has also walked. Perez fires at a strike in there. Chop to first. Swisher steps on the bag. Throw down to second base. They got Peralta in a rundown. Swisher will apply the tag, and the game is over. The Indians end their 4-game losing streak by beating the Tigers 9-6 here this afternoon. And the Tigers' 5-game win streak comes to an end as well. The Indians go to 46 and 42. Detroit drops to 48 and 39, and the Indians close the gap to 2.5 games on Detroit in the American League Central Division. Nice job by Chris Perez nailing down his 9th save of the year. But really, the day belongs to that man, Michael Brantley. 2 home runs, a career-high 5 runs batted in. It's time now for our key play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, after Detroit came back and tied it up in the 8th inning with a man aboard on a walk, a 3-1 count from Brantley, and he just juices this ball. 2nd home run of the game. 2nd time he has done that this year. Career-high 5 RBIs. That's our key play of the game. Proud to be the banking home of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, a big win for the Indians. Far too early to call games must win, but this one ranks right up there with one of the most important victories of the season. 9-6 the final score. Back with some final thoughts next.